Wo Long Fallen Dynasty is an absolute powerhouse of a game that packs a serious punch. Developed by the brilliant minds at Team Ninja, it takes the best parts of Ninja Gaiden and Neo and combines them to create a truly unique gaming experience. The combat is where this game really shines, with a fast-paced and streamlined approach that will have you on the edge of your seat. The game wastes no time in challenging the player, with an intense first boss fight against Zhang Liang of the Yellow Turbans that will push your mechanics to the limit. While this introductory struggle may seem like an unbalanced outlier, it sets the stage for a game that is both challenging and rewarding. And don't worry, the bosses that follow aren't as tough, so you can relax a little and enjoy the ride. One of the best things about Wo Long Fallen Dynasty is that it's a Souls-like game that's actually approachable. This is a genre that's notorious for being difficult, but the game's learning curve is not particularly steep. That makes it accessible to most players, even those who may not be familiar with this traditionally challenging genre. In Wo Long Fallen Dynasty, combat is all about precision and strategy. Deflecting attacks and breaking your opponent's stance is key to gaining the upper hand in battle. You can also block and dodge, but mastering the deflect mechanic will give you the edge you need to succeed. Unlike other games in the genre, Wo Long Fallen Dynasty does not rely on a traditional stamina system. Instead, you have a spirit gauge that fluctuates depending on your actions. Each enemy also has their own spirit gauge, so battles are more about outsmarting your foe than simply chipping away at their health bar. Adding to the game's verticality, there's a double jump mechanic that allows you to reach new heights and explore every nook and cranny of the game's level design. It's a lot of fun, and reminds us of Ryu Hayabusa's impressive acrobatics in Ninja Gaiden. The level design itself is built around an exhilarating dance of deflections, attacks, and dodges. It's a thrilling experience that rewards players who are willing to take risks and experiment with their fighting style. Although the initial difficulty spike may be a barrier to entry for some players, the game's learning curve is not particularly steep. The ease with which the player can cut down most of the bosses may make them lose some of their luster, and reinforces the notion that the first boss is at odds with the rest of the game. The battle with Zhang Liang sets up expectations that never come to fruition, particularly when other fights allow you to summon help from either AI or human teammates. Don't let the initial difficulty spike deter you from giving Wo Long Fallen Dynasty a try. While the first boss fight against Zhang Liang of the Yellow Turbans may seem like a daunting task, fear not, because the game's learning curve is not particularly steep. However, it's true that the ease with which you can cut down most of the bosses may make them lose some of their shine, and may even leave you wondering why the first boss battle was such a challenge to begin with. It's a shame that the battle with Zhang Liang sets up expectations that never come to fruition, especially when other fights allow you to summon help from either AI or human teammates. Nonetheless, stick with it, and you'll experience a game that's worth the effort, with thrilling combat and an exciting back-and-forth groove that will keep you on the edge of your seat. While I personally enjoyed playing Wo Long Fallen Dynasty and found its combat mechanics engaging, it's important to note that the game's initial difficulty spike may be challenging for some players. However, once past that hurdle, the game's learning curve is not particularly steep, and the combat remains thrilling throughout. While the first boss fight against Zhang Liang sets up expectations that never quite materialize, the game's overall design, verticality, and stylish deflections make it worth playing. While it may not be perfect, Wo Long Fallen Dynasty is a solid addition to the Souls-like genre and offers an accessible entry point for players new to the genre. So that's it for today's video, and if you found it informative for Wo Long Fallen Dynasty game, consider liking this video and subscribing to channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section, and I'll pin the most informative one. I'll see you next time. Take care.